On the open plains of North Dakota sits Blackleg Ranch, a place where cowboys still ride the land.
Good people, good help, just the cowboy way.
And kids can still be kids. Looking after this vast farm is the Doan family. All 20 of them. They've been doing things the traditional way for over 140 years.
The life of a ranch, it's all about birth and growth and then ultimately feeding the world.
Grandpa and Grandma, Jerry and Renee, inherited the ranch.
Well, today is our 48th anniversary. It seems like yesterday.
I think 48 years is a long time.
All right, let's roll. All right.
And alongside their 4 children and 10 grandchildren.
Hey, kids, come on!
Live.
Thank you.
Work. And play on this 20,000-acre ranch they call home.
Holy cow.
There's plenty of family drama. But everyone mucks in on this farm. In a land where you're never too young to learn.
Hang on as long as you can, all right?
The cowboy way of life.
Good job.
This time, it's the big cattle roundup. There's a fresh bunch of interns learning the ropes.
Can anybody but Jack hold this calf down?
And Scout the dog's got a new 4-legged friend. Babe, the orphaned bison.
Come on.
So, saddle up.
Get him up.
And let's go for a ride with a real-life family of cowboys. The Doan family have been raising cattle in North Dakota for more than 140 years. They're the 4th generation of ranchers on this land, and their children and grandchildren the 5th and 6th.
That sense of legacy and tradition is strong with us. We're trying to be good stewards of the land, and if we do that, the land will take care of us.
I love the wide open space and the serenity and peacefulness of just being on the open prairie.
It's June here on the ranch, and that means one thing. It's calving season. Blackleg is home to over 2,500 cattle, so calving on this ranch is a big job.
We generally calve a little bit later than more traditional operations. How we're managing our cattle is trying to mimic what the buffalo did. You don't see the buffalo calving in February in the middle of a snowstorm. That's just not how nature handles things.
Every year, the ranch rounds up all the newborn calves to be vaccinated, castrated and branded. It's a time-honoured tradition in the Midwest and a big event on Blackleg.
It's always a big day for family and friends to come together and help out.
We're traditional, still doing it kind of the way that people have done it for 100 years.
Neighbors come from all over, so it's a community event and a lot of fun.
Get him up, get him, yeah.
Branding cattle has been illegal in the UK since the 1960s. But across the US, and particularly the Midwest, branding is the old-fashioned way to mark up cattle.
We are in a brand inspected area, so when you sell cattle at the sale barn, you have to have a brand inspection. That's why we brand here.
This year on the ranch, the Doans have calved over 500 young cattle. That's a lot of calves that need marking, so it's a huge undertaking for the Doans' youngest son, Jace.
As my dad's kind of slowing down, I've assumed the responsibilities of everything that goes along with the cattle.
Well, Jace loves it. He lives and breathes that, you know, that's cowboy country. And so, yeah, which has really taken a load off my back.
The first part of the roundup is to give each of the newborn calves an ear tag.
We tag the heifers in the left ear, the bulls in the right.
This shows us who's a boy, who's a girl, and which cow is which calf's mother.
Here's an untagged one right here. He's very fast. I don't think I'm gonna catch him.
These baby cows may look small, but they're not going to make it easy for Jace.
Ah! I had him. Oh my God. His tail is so slippery. Earlier you can get to calves after being born, the easier they are to tag because they're still not fast. So you want to get onto them as soon as you possibly can. We got a bull here. He's got nuts right here. Get him up, and he's good. We're at the tail end of calving here, so we're not finding too many newborns.
With the roundup right round the corner, it's down to Jace to make sure all these calves have a tag.
It's so stressful.
Whilst older brothers, Jeremy and Jay, have a big building project to get underway. The Grand Lodge sits right on the spot where the Doan family built their first home way back in 1882. And with the centuries-old ranch comes a lot of maintenance.
Jeremy, he loves building stuff. He's built most of these buildings here.
And his latest project is at the very heart of the Grand Lodge itself.
This fireplace is pretty bare without any stone or wood on it. What do you think we do?
That rock from the pasture would look nice on this thing.
I have built a lot of stonework on the ranch, all our own projects throughout, and so I kind of know what I need to do to get this project done.
My opinion, I think some nice sandstone rock, maybe from a riverbed or off the railroad down at South Ranch.
Jay will be basically my assistant on the job, and he'll make it look like he knows what he's doing, but we all really know what's going on here.
Jeremy and Jay are headed down to the South Ranch, 22 miles from the Grand Lodge, to hunt the land for rocks. This 1,000-acre ranch isn't just home to the cattle and bison. Here at Black Leg, the pasture and grasslands are bursting with centuries of history.
So we got an old railroad track that was tore out when we were younger. We have a lot of creeks that flow naturally year-round through it. We got an old ghost town where our great-grandparents met. There's just a lot of history and a lot of little cool things for us to explore, even today.
Jeremy and Jay love exploring the ranch, just like they did when they were boys. And not much has changed since those days.
Some small ones there, which try not to break them. Was a good rock. That was, yeah.
Yeah, this one's real cool. Plus it's loaded with ants. Holy.
Watch out.
I mean, we really like using things off of the ranch as part of the ranch and tell our story for future generations. And that's kind of like what we'd like to do with this fireplace. Is tell everyone we actually went out, hand-picked the rock like we're doing right now, and then built the fireplace. And, our kids can maybe tell their kids what we did it.
My family's been here for multiple generations, and so there is a great sense of pride. So walk along this bankment here, check out the bottom.
be neat to find some artifacts. But maybe this is where an old wagon trail crossed, and here lies the wagon. And
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, a wagon could have fallen off the goddamn trestle. This has got to come off a wagon.
that's the band.
Yeah. All right, let's roll.
So that's the rock wrangling done. And with Jace at the tail end of tagging, he now has the mammoth task of rallying the troops for the roundup.
Herding people is probably harder than herding cattle. It's hard to get everybody in the same place at once. Everybody's so dang busy these days.
Branding and vaccinating over 500 cattle isn't easy, and without the manpower, almost impossible.
I don't particularly love people in the sense of I just like doing my own thing.
But this is one part of ranching life that this cowboy just can't do alone. Jace will have to call on family and friends if he's going to pull this one off.
Hey, Carpenter.
Yeah.
If I had 30 people in the group picture at the end of branding day, I would be happy. I won't know until that morning. Yeah, now he ain't answering.
Trying to make sure everything happens without a hitch is just hard.
Let's hope Jace can get the community together to muck in. Because these two jokers are a little preoccupied mucking around elsewhere.
There we go. Two boys in a shitter.
Jeremy and Jay are a little past their prime. They're probably not going to be doing much wrestling.
Can we have a little privacy here? Come on. Jeremy and I have this kind of methodology. It's not that hard. We got this. It's not our first rodeo here, guys.
I'm not as confident in them. I pray to God we get enough help.
Life on Blackleg can get very busy. The Doan family manage over 3,000 livestock on this ranch and maintain almost 20,000 acres of land. So every summer season, they bring in a trusty team of interns to help out. One of this year's batch is Kendall, whose first job of the day is one of the most important.
Good morning, Miss Babe. All right. This is actually Babe the bison. All right. Come on, girl. She is about 11 weeks old. Sadly, her mama passed away when she was giving birth to her, so now we just take care of her and bottle feed her.
It takes a lot of work to raise a young bison, and without a mother, a baby like Babe wouldn't survive more than a few days out on the pasture.
Oh, sorry, baby.
Everyone needs a helping hand from time to time, so intern Kendall has stepped in to take charge of this animal orphanage.
I actually grew up on a cattle ranch in Missouri, so I kind of had an understanding of how to bottle feed. I always had pet sheep and cows growing up. See, whenever she does that, like a little headbutt thing, she's used to like her mama's udders, and so, fun fact, whenever they headbutt their mom's udders, that makes the milk come faster, actually.
Kendall's going to have her work cut out raising this bison, because if Babe is released back to the pasture before she's ready, the herd could trample her. If she's going to survive in these grasslands, Babe needs to get big and strong.
See, she's like a literal baby sucking on her bottle, waiting for more. She's like, Mom, I want more. This is her best friend. This is Scout. He keeps her company all the time down here. Scout loves her milk. He's like, I want some, I want to try it.
And with a best friend like Scout, it's no wonder this bison
All right, and she's ready to roll.
thinks she's a dog.
Come on, baby. Yeah. I can't run as fast as you, babe. She loves it.
Babe and Scout might be best friends, but Kendall needs to be careful. After all, Babe isn't a pet.
It's always the goal when you're on a ranch to not get emotionally connected to the animals, because obviously at the end you have to sell them or take them to a butcher shop, you know, but I've never really been the best on not getting emotionally connected.
When you work so closely with animals,
All right, let's walk.
you have to learn to let them go. But with a face as cute as Babe's, it can sometimes be hard.
Good morning, Miss Renee.
Good morning. Hi, babe. How are you this morning, huh? They're like two peas in a pod. Babe just trusts Kendall.
All right, come on, Scout. Come on, babe.
Hey, babe, how you doing? When I was watching her lead her across the yard here, I wasn't sure who was leading who, but you know.
Did you see Babe starting to get her little horns now? I love it. It was like a proud mom moment. She's our little ranch mascot.
After all that meeting and greeting,
I thought I walked slow, but when she's tired, man.
this baby bison is bushed.
All right. I don't have any milk for you. I'm sorry. You already ate it all.
With close to 700 bison and 2,500 cattle on this ranch, there's always something that needs tending to. And with the roundup just round the corner, Jace, his trusty lasso, and the interns are busier than ever trying to tag the last remaining calves.
When we take records in our notebook after we tag, we have a rough guesstimate at how many calves we have.
Jace needs to know how many calves he has so he can prepare for the roundup. And they might have tagged almost all of them, but it looks like intern Jack could still do with a bit of extra help.
Wait. Can anybody but Jack hold this calf down?
With the calf finally held firm, the tag is quickly put through his ear, and he's up and away.
He thinks I'm his mama right now.
A lot of times when you're on a horse, the calf will struggle to find its mom, and so he'll think that the horse is his mom, and he'll follow you around.
See, now he's gonna try and suck on my horse. That won't be good. This horse is a boy.
Whilst out tagging the remaining calves, Jace and the intern spot a problem with one of the herd. Time to get out that lasso. It's not easy lassoing a cow from horseback, but Jace is a professional cowboy.
Well, I got the rope on her.
That is one speedy cow, and it's going to take more than just one cowboy to catch her up. They've got her, but she's not happy.
Hop on her.
Cows are big animals, so it takes all 3 interns and an extra rope just to hold her down. This cow has somehow managed to get her leg wrapped in wire.
It's pretty deep, but there's not much we can do with it.
It's important they free the cow before any more damage is done.
These pastures have had 100 years of fence repairs on them, and every once in a while a cow just gets a little too curious and gets tangled up, and 99% of the time she's just fine, gets out of it, but that 1% of the time you got a problem.
Hopefully she just scabs over and heals up and it just scars in.
By sniffing the wire, Jace can tell if her wound is infected. This cow's going to get a good dose of antibiotics.
she's gonna need some in order to prevent infection and hopefully heal her up better.
A quick jab from Dr. Doan. And Jace's work is done. Or so you'd think.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm holding the back rope.
Now we're gonna have a rodeo. We had the cow right here, all secured, and they let her up without taking all the ropes off of her.
Well, I suppose no one learned anything without making a mistake or two.
Somewhere out in the pasture, there's a fairly good rope laying out on the prairie that we never did find.
Having scoured the prairie for rocks, Jeremy and Jay now have the task of putting the jigsaw puzzle of stones together on the lodge fireplace.
Working with family has its high points and extreme lows. I mean, the whole thing is to have character in the rock work. I mean, he wants to be straight and uniform, which looks terrible. So this is gonna look really nice.
When I put the rocks up, they stick. When he puts his up, they start drooping.
Oh my gosh. Jay and Jeremy are just big kids.
What makes it tough is you can't fire them, and what makes it great is you can trust them. So it's like the total opposite spectrums.
As well as the ranch rocks, the boys have something else up their sleeve to really make this grand lodge stand out. Trophy bulls are impressive animals, so when this one passed, the boys decided he needed to be preserved.
Showcasing this animal is just a good way for us to, show tribute to this bull.
His spirit lives on. We're ultimately giving a lot of respect for that animal.
But before they can showcase that bull, there's a lot more rocking to get done.
I mean, it was fun when we started. It's starting to lose its momentum.
Yeah.
But we gotta
It's starting to turn into a
job now.
A job.
Time to quit messing around and work together to get the job finished. Whilst out tagging the last of the newborn calves, Jace discovered something moving in the long grass.
Kenny,
Yeah?
you want another project?
Yes?
I found this calf out in the pasture and she's pretty ganted up. I don't think she's been claimed or eaten for a little while.
I was actually on the tractor and I didn't know what was going on. He pulled out a baby calf, so it's like she's my new pet on the ranch, along with Babe.
If you want to get her a bottle and then we'll see how she fares.
Yeah, I can definitely go ahead and get something to feed her, see if she'll take it.
Looks like this orphanage is starting to get busy.
Babe, this is your new adopted little sister. I think I'm gonna name you Bingo. Bingo and Babe. Do you like your neck scratches? You do? Oh! Hello, babe. I haven't forgot about you.
When a calf is separated from its mum like this, it can be dangerous. That's why it's crucial they keep track of all the calves at the roundup.
The next couple of days are actually going to be very important for this calf because whenever you have a calf that is this malnutrition, you don't know if they're exactly going to make it or not.
Losing livestock is a part of life on any farm, but with a bit of luck and Kendall's care,
We're going to go ahead and try and get her big and strong like you. Yes, we are.
Bingo will hopefully be thriving, just like Babe. The roundup is by far the most challenging time of year here on Blackleg, and responsibility for running the event all rests on Jace's shoulders. Before the big day tomorrow, all of the 500 newborn calves need to be herded into a giant pen, or a corral. But tonight, Jace is out of town at a rodeo. So this time, it's all down to older brothers Jeremy and Jay to run the show.
I can't be there to round up these cows, unfortunately, which does not give me a good peace of mind, Do I have the most faith in them doing this job? Not really. Jeremy and Jay are sitting over there trying to be John Wayne and look pretty.
I've done it for longer than he's been alive, so I don't feel any pressure at all.
Jace, he's got to remember, even though he's doing it now, Jeremy and I did it well before he was even a thought. A twinkle in my dad's eye. We'll get him in 15 minutes. Good to go.
Well, if we don't get him in, we'll never hear the end of it. This could be a little tricky because of the wind. These are little calves. They might get disoriented, and we might have complete chaos. If this doesn't work, it's going to throw everything off. Cross our fingers, we can't let Jace down.
With almost 20,000 acres of pasture to roam and over 500 calves and their mothers to herd up, this isn't going to be an easy ride.
Jeremy and Jay aren't on the horses as much as they used to be, so this could really be a disaster.
Those cows, if they don't go into that corral all at once and they spread out at all and those calves run back, we've had this happen before. You won't be branded the next day.
It's crucial they get the cows into this pen.
I don't know why everybody's worried.
All right, let's roll.
All right.
Come on. Get back. Whose idea was it to start?
On Blackleg Ranch, time waits for no cowboy.
Everybody started without us. We're missing the big show, so we had to play catch up.
What is going on? I thought I was in charge. Apparently not.
Yep.
You can't screw around. It's got to be done. They were taking too long. I was really worried we weren't going to brand the next day.
Dad just said, all right, time to go. He just made a decision, said, all right, cattle are going.
And there's ATVs, there's horses, there's all sorts of people. It's like, me and Jay probably could do this just fine.
That's the problem with ATVs. They just want to go, go, go.
Herding these cows from the open prairie into the pen isn't a simple job. And there's always a few who try and make a break for it.
Get him up. He lost his hat.
Looks like that calf's going to have to wait.
A cowboy without a hat isn't a cowboy.
That was a little chaotic up on the hill. They were busting through the fence, and then we rounded them back up and got them right in, so.
We had it under control. I mean, there's an art to chasing cattle, and it's fun. It's the cowboy way. Yep. Oh, yeah. Get it. Yep. Feels good, doesn't it? I know.
As sure as anything, the sun goes down. But it doesn't always rise for everyone.
Yeah, look who got excited. Nope, well, you know we don't go through that one. You're a big girl now. And came down this morning, went to go feed Babe and Bingo, and I was sad to see that Bingo actually did not make it through the night. All right, hey.
Kendall and Jace tried to feed her up, but sadly Bingo was just too malnourished.
When it's a calf and it's that newborn, it's very easy to get attached to because they put their heads in your lap and they cuddle up to you and they love on you. I think Babe kind of knew something was up this morning. She was just standing over Bingo, just like, Mom, you know, something's not right here.
It's just hard for me because I grew up with these animals, so I connect with them on a very spiritual and deep level because I love them. I have a special connection to them, and it reminds me of home. It was hard. Yeah.
I didn't like it. It was so sad.
Kenny and Jace tried hard to save Bingo, but sometimes nature just has another plan. When you work on a ranch, you have to take the rough with the smooth. And talking of all things rough...
Oh, gosh. I'm trying to find a skinny rock, otherwise I have nowhere to go. It's looking good as it goes up.
That's more than can be said for the ranch carpet.
Got it. Until you start pounding shit.
After countless hours of building and a few extra pairs of hands, the wall is finally complete.
What a project.
And when you've got a bull's head weighing almost as much as you, time to mount that impressive bison.
Oh, watch his nose.
Carrying it in, it was heavy, and it's awkward heavy is the problem.
Woo! What are you doing?
Oh, I'm up.
I'm gonna fall.
Obviously, I was probably doing 90% of the weight, and, Jay's kind of balancing it there.
Okay.
Good?
Oh, his hair went in my mouth.
You didn't know if his hair was getting in his mouth or the buffalo. You can't tell these days.
I'm gonna fall. It was an unpleasant feeling, just getting a mouthful of bison hair.
Keep spinning it my way. Okay. It's in.
Wow.
Our big fireplace just got smaller with him on there. Oh, he's such a majestic animal.
The bison head is being immortalized and leaving his legacy here on this ranch. He's found his place on this wall for hopefully another 100 years. Hey, it looks good.
Yeah, well, good job.
This trophy bison weighed in at a ginormous 2,700 pounds. And the ranch mascot? Well, she's still got some way to go.
Hello, babe.
No matter how hard Kendall tries,
Hi.
Babe isn't going to grow as fast as one that's feeding straight from its mother.
We're gonna get some measurements, okay? See how much you've grown.
When it comes to livestock, there's just no substitute for nature's good stuff.
Come on, babe. Maybe I can get you from this side, all right?
Before Kendall can even think about Babe re-entering the herd, it's important she tracks her progress.
So we made this little, measuring tape kind of thing. We call it the Babe-o-meter because her name is Babe, so gotta keep it fancy for her. Give me your head, baby girl. Come on. Got my finger. Look, I got my finger for you to suck on. Okay. All right. Wow, you've grown a whole 3 inches this last time. Look at that, girl. She's actually grown pretty significantly over the last couple of weeks. So it's like she's constantly eating, constantly getting the nutrition that she needs. And so now she's just gonna start getting fatter and fatter and bigger.
Thanks to Kendall, this baby bison is growing up fast. But if she's not careful, Babe could become too dependent on her. So if she's ever going to rejoin the herd,
Let's go, babe, come on.
there's one life skill she needs to master.
Out in the pasture, they run constantly. The buffalo are always moving, always doing something. Well, we want to go ahead and see if she can even run and keep up. So we started running her on the 4-wheeler. She's doing pretty well so far. All right, one more lap, girlfriend. You got this. So it's kind of cool to see where she started versus just walking around and barely even being able to walk pretty much, and then to running now. And so if we keep at this, who knows how much more progress we can get.
With a little love from Kenny, Babe is well on her way to rejoining the herd. But with the roundup on the horizon, there's now another 500 cows that need tending to. The day of Blackleg's annual roundup has finally arrived. It's the busiest day of the year on the ranch and Jace's most stressful.
I want to make sure I cause zero stress to the animals, zero stress to my help.
After spending the night in the corral, they better start sorting the cattle so when the help arrives, the roundup can begin.
Well, it looks like a great day, but I'm always a little nervous. Lock these cows in this big bunch of cattle overnight. Get out here right away, make sure no gates are open and something knocked down and cattle scattered all over.
I'm gonna just try and run cows out. Cole, go sit at that green gate, and if you see a calf coming, do not let them out. Whatever you do not let them out.
Jace needs enough people to come and help him sort, rope, drag, vaccinate, castrate, and brand over 500 calves.
I really don't know what I'm gonna get. People say they're coming and then they might not show up. That happens every year. It's so stressful.
Grab a hold of his tail, Cole.
Branding isn't legal in the UK, but it's still the traditional way of marking cattle across the US. And before the main event can begin, first things first, these calves need to be separated from their mums. You don't want the mother cows in the pen when you come to brand.
Garrett, you gotta come in here.
These heifers are big and protective of their young, so they can be dangerous.
Come here. Cole, shut that gate.
So Jace needs to try and usher them back out on the pasture, leaving only the calves in the corral.
Yeah.
Sorting cattle might look chaotic, but Jace seems to have it under control.
It's my most stressful day of the year. We'll get it done.
Well, almost. These cows just don't want to be separated.
He's a lot like I was at that age. I mean, he lives and breathes it. It's, I don't know, it's bred into you, I think.
Running the cattle and bison on a ranch of this size is a big responsibility for Jace, as his wife Cassie knows only too well.
Anybody who's in charge of a branding is usually stressed out. Jace has to think about where the calves are and how to get them over to the branding pen. He has to think about how his help is going to be, if there's going to be branders, if there's going to be wrestlers. There's just a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, we're all done sorting. There's a couple loose calves running around. A couple people out on horses trying to get them. Not bad at all. God damn it.
Looks like you spoke too soon. Whilst Jace is out on the prairie, Cassie and Renee are busy cooking up some old-fashioned ranch favourites.
I'm making breakfast burritos for him. Okay. I think we'll just throw them in a crock pot, give him some salsa.
After all, an army marches on its stomach.
We should have between 30 and 40 people, do you think?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome. I honestly have no idea. I haven't really talked to Jace. He's been so busy.
Right. Oh, that one's fresher than you want.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of food. So we made sure to make plenty today, because sometimes you don't even know if you're going to get 20 people or 50 people.
You come in to help me?
Can I have this one? Thank you. The branding day, it's a tradition around the country. It's just ranchers helping each other. And, you know, it's an important part of the ranching process. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a big social get-together, actually, is what it is.
And would you look at that? The community has turned out in force to help Jace on his big day.
We're all neighbors around here. We just help each other out. So when they call, we come and we get her done.
Good people, good help. Just the cowboy way.
The roundup can finally begin.
I'm really happy with the turnout this year. We appreciate all the help we can get, so everybody's so far been super helpful, and that's all you can ask for.
Jace and the volunteers need to rope each calf by a rear leg, drag it out of the corral, and brand its hide. As well as marking up the cattle, they also vaccinate the calves against disease, but it doesn't always go to plan, as son-in-law Don knows all too well.
This here's the really dangerous part, you know. You're not quite sure you really want to stick it. You want to stick it here or up here? Right up in there. Last year, his wife stuck it right up in there on me. Right there, and now I'm immune to everything.
I didn't mean to, but it happened. But he's not sick. Yeah, he feels really good, I guess. So it worked.
After vaccinating the calves, the ranchers castrate the male cow.
So this is a commercial cow-calf herd. We snip their nuts. Let's make them into steers. We don't want them as breeders.
The male cows, or steers, are castrated so they have lower testosterone and are easier to handle on the ranch.
And when people buy them, they want them without, because, you know, these will be butcher cattle within 2 years or so. So without their nuts, their hormones aren't kicking in. They won't jump. It's always trying to be a comedian.
She might not live on the ranch anymore, but Jerry and Renee's daughter, Shanda, has been at all the roundups since she was a child. Some of them more memorable than others.
My mom used to have me bring my boyfriends out here for branding day, and then she was always the one that was the nut cutter, and she took extra care in cutting off the nuts in front of them.
Knowing how to castrate is definitely a positive when you have a daughter that has boyfriends coming to help work cattle. So they better behave. Keep them suckers sharpened.
After vaccinating and castrating, the last thing to do is mark them.
It's a beautiful morning, sun is out. We got a nice cool breeze coming in out of the northwest. Cattle have 7 times the thickness of skin that humans do. So it's painful for a bit. They're tough animals. All right, we ready? Okay, boys, okay, boys.
And with the last calf headed back to its mum,
That's a good job.
just like that, the annual roundup here on Blackleg is done.
It went good. It's like 12:30. We finished the whole herd and couldn't ask for a better day.
With a little extra help from family and friends, Jace has seen that by working together, you get the job done.
All the grandkids came out. Our kids were out here.
Yeah, it really brings the community together, too.
And Jace was really fortunate to have such expertise here today.
Yeah, we really bring, a lot of years of experience. No, not that. Not ancient. Not artifact old.
Let's hope Jerry didn't hear that.
All in all, nobody got sent to the emergency room. Nobody got hit with a syringe and needle and grew some secret cow power. So, all things considered, it worked out pretty darn good.
Very proud. When I watch him take a hold and I don't have to worry as much about it, that's a great thing. So. Hurry up! Over here!
1, 2, 3!
Jace might prefer roaming the prairie as a lone cowboy, but when it comes to the roundup, you just can't do it alone.